Okay. Shall we start? My name is Armando, and my proposition deals with the atmosphere and how the CO2 is polluting it. We have to define the gases, what actually is happening with our atmosphere, and which is CO2 is the main gas that acts as greenhouse effect, makes a greenhouse effect. Which greenhouse is the sun emits radiation. And that radiation, we feel it as heat. So right now they're coming, and so it's hotter outside because the sun emits the radiation, and the radiation causes the heat in the earth. And the gases, what they do is the radiation reflects off our earth and then comes back to the atmosphere. But the gases, what they do is they trap them, and they create warmer temperatures in our atmosphere, which rebound again and again as soon as the radiation comes. Also, the main gas is CO2 that is affecting our atmosphere, and it's produced by hydrocarbons or fossil fuels as we use them. They can either be coal, they can either be gasoline. Those things are not just in cars. You may think they are just in cars. No, power plants use them to actually fuel the machines that make electricity to power your home. So we all are a little. Well, not a little, probably, we all constitute to the development of the deterioration of our atmosphere. Also, according to the EIA, the actual gases, the CO2 mainly, it's actually creating like a stronger barrier through the years. And now and my second source is Bicycle Universe. It says that car uses in China is doubling every 5 years, starting 30 years ago. So China, it's actually people use bicycles a lot. So you can imagine every 5 years the amount of cars doubling in that small place. And so we also come to by the PNAS, that's my source. It's a PNAS, which is a Proceedings of the Mutual Academy of Sciences. They actually say that the severity by damaging human-induced changes depends not only on the magnitude of the change, but also the potential of its irreversibility, which is actually a pretty devastating statement. It actually says that we are damaging by what we are doing right now with the fossil fuels. We're damaging our structure of the atmosphere, and if we don't actually do something about it, it can actually become irreversible, and not damage us in a lifetime right now, but it can actually damage future generations by actually trapping the heat and creating different changes. Also, global warming. Global warming is not exactly what the greenhouse effects are. They just cause climate changes. Climate changes, people might say, oh, they always occur, like there was an ice age and now there's not. The climate changes do occur naturally across, it's a span of like 10,000 years. And we actually experiencing the changes much earlier due to the contamination of our atmosphere. The polar ice caps melting, that's a sign, and also the hurricanes, they're actually growing, according to the studies made by the Weather Channel. The intensity of the hurricanes are getting stronger and stronger. We can, something that taking care of the atmosphere would have prevented Hurricane Katrina. The actual hurricane, it was much stronger than what it should have been before, so we can actually come to the conclusion that protecting the atmosphere is a very top priority right now. And we can actually reduce that by commuting, by getting hybrid cars, not using fossil fuels as much, by saving electricity, and now also by taking care of recycling, because all that of the fact that you might say, I use a car, like I don't use a car that much, but when you use it, the actual percentage is pretty big. And also, the amount of emission of CO2 emissions is 20.9 pounds per actual gallon of gasoline that you use. So all that is going to the actual environment. So thank you for your attention.
What was the number? Thank you. Excuse me. All right, Armando, I'm not sure what the argument is. There's no definite statement of proposition. I know what the subject matter is, but I don't know what the controversy is on. And I know generally what you think of climate change or global warming or greenhouse gases, but I don't know if you're arguing that something is happening that we could prevent, or if you are saying that a particular action would reduce this, or that we are causing this by a specific action. There's not really any structure for the information that you present. The information is not always completely cited. I get a lot of conclusionary statements that sound like paraphrases of evidence as opposed to evidence itself. For instance, the Weather Channel, or was it the Weather Channel or Discovery Channel, does some study about polar ice caps or hurricanes. You know, that I don't know what that means. You know, that you saw a story here or that there was research on it. It's not cited very clearly. The notion that Hurricane Katrina could have been prevented, well, let's get the quote from the person who said that and evaluate that person's integrity, their ability to make such a statement, their credibility based on their qualifications. I can't do that from the information that you've presented here. You've got some random information here about the rate of Chinese car usage, for instance. So if the Chinese are doubling their car use every 5 years, what difference is it going to make if I don't drive my car half an hour a day more? I mean, it sounds to me like the Chinese are going to take care of all of that. They're going to wipe out all of the efforts that I put in to stop polluting the atmosphere with CO2. So you need to have a more consistent and focused claim here, because you just are kind of randomly putting information into this without having an objective in mind as to what it is you're trying to accomplish, and that really makes the argument difficult to follow. I thought you did a nice job talking to the audience, and you're trying to relate to us in a personable way, and you know, that should help a little bit with credibility issues. But if we can't tell what it is you're asking us to believe at the end of your argument, it's really difficult for an audience to decide that they're going to support your point. All right, thank you.